If I can't play Candy Crush, neither can you.
You ever played Candy Crush?
I've never played that.
What, like Angry Birds? Or...
Angry Birds, I played the shit out of it. I bought the first 2 games of Angry Birds. I played the shit out of those games. I got pretty good at it too.
Yeah, I love the little like trying to figure out like trajectories and arc angles. And
I started learning how to freaking advance the bird, like you double tap it and he shoots faster. Once I learned how to do that, boy, it was over. I was going through a lot of that shit. Then of course my wife was like, "Hey, what are you doing? You know, you've been playing that damn game for an hour and a half." Like, it's been an hour and a half? Oh shit, I gotta get some sleep. I gotta go to work. Be at work playing Angry Bird. Yeah, that's when I had to put it away. I was like,
that's when it's become a problem, an addiction.
That's when I just deleted it and haven't played it since.
I was like that with TikTok. I had to delete it because otherwise it was just too much of a temptation.
Yeah, I still got it, but I haven't touched it since that one time when I realized I was on for 4 hours.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh yeah, this is psyop shit. I was like, oh.
So I've been doing pretty good about staying off it too. I also re-downloaded it because a friend of mine kept sending me TikToks. And
yeah,
it's like, well, like it's such a pain in the ass to try to view it in browser. So I'm like, you know what, fuck it. I'll download it and I'll just stay off it and I'll just look at it whenever she sends me something. And
you were talking.
Yeah, you're sitting too far away from your mic.
Oh, don't. Are we going right now?
Yeah.
Oh bullshit. We didn't even do the intro.
Hey there, Midnighters and Moonlighters. Welcome to Nightwatch. This is your closer-in-chief here with Jolly Green.
Hello.
And Big Smoke.
Ahoy.
You gotta figure out how to like stretch the mic out back a little bit further because I'm sure it should stretch out to you if you want to sit back. Just don't fall asleep.
I'm not tired.
He's been on a roll. I don't think he's tired.
Yeah, I'm not really tired.
I'm tired. Hence those 2 20-ounce Red Bulls.
Yeah,
my
coming down.
Swear, my skin is buzzing, boy. My brain.
Caffeine doesn't really affect. Well, I'd have to like really like guzzle.
Only when I don't eat.
Do you ever?
When I don't have something to eat, then I have nothing but Red Bull in my system.
I mean, that'll hurt my stomach.
My skin is like.
Do you have ADHD?
Yeah.
Yeah, so do I. It doesn't affect us like it affects him because he doesn't have ADHD. I will say that I get it where it makes me sick. Like I'll
get nauseous or I'll get anxious.
I guess maybe my skin does that. My skin feels weird. I feel jittery. I feel like that's the only thing I'll get from coffee. If I drink too much of it, I get way too jittery where it feels concerning.
See, I could drink a whole pot of coffee and go sleep.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I can go to sleep.
But yeah, pounding down the energy drinks or mix a 5-hour energy shot into a Monster. I've done that a couple of times.
Jesus.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do whenever you're working 18-hour shifts back to back.
Don't do that anymore. I got a boss man that won't let me work. He won't let me work.
Yeah, we finally hit overtime last night for the first time in a while. And that was the circumstances.
He had to let me work.
Yeah, didn't have anybody to cover
I just killed his dog.
I know. I see that I'm working actually Wednesday. I usually don't have Wednesdays working. I work Wednesday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, well, he was already scheduled before Jack.
Really?
Before she
was he?
Yeah.
Nice.
She's still on that schedule.
Oh, is she?
So
okay.
that's going to change.
Yeah. Let's say one of our other coworkers was the other guy we were closing with last night. He was complaining because he was supposed to be like, listen, this job's only worth it if I'm getting at least 3 days a week. And he scheduled me 3 days and then back to 2. I'm like, listen.
It's coming.
Little boss got a lot on his plate, always juggling shit around. He can't remember every single person's schedule.
You need to
request.
open your mouth.
That's why I tell everybody, like, that's why Big Smoke is in there in the requested days, reminding him every week, these are the days I need off. These are the days I need off. These are the days I need off. And yeah, it just and then on top of that, Sunday shift just opened up. So hey, grab it up. You want it?
And grab it. I don't know, people really think you need. He knows. I told him 2 years ago that this is what I know, fool.
I remind him of shit I told him 2 hours ago.
You got to be in his face telling him.
Yeah. But I mean, that's the job, you know. It's like, not that you have to keep up on all that stuff, but if you're not good at remembering all those little details, you got to stay organized, you know, or have people that are organized working for you and reminding you.
Yeah. I don't have a problem telling someone over and over again, this is what I need. I have no problem with that, especially because when I don't get it, I'm going to be in an emotion that you don't want me to have. So it's just best that we both think on the same level. I don't care about clarity. Yeah. That's all I care about.
Communication. You know, I whenever I was making schedules, I know I had a cheat sheet that I would use, and you know, and of course I would check the request offs and everything, and whenever I would sit down, I'd look at every date that was in that request off section that was in that date range. I'm like, okay, and just filling in, and then the rest of it was just fill in the blanks. Yeah, but. You know, now it's, you know, corporate's coming down, tightening the noose on, you know.
Overtime, of any kind of overtime.
Well, not just overtime, it's just labor in general, but overtime affects labor very heavily. Yeah. So all of our metrics are getting tightened up and tightened up and tightened up. It's like we're being punished for doing a good job, so now we got to be even better and scrape even more of those pennies for the shareholders. I hate it so goddamn much. I really. So I've had people ask me, like, you know, why don't, you know, you're competent and, you know, skilled hands and all that fun shit. Why don't you go somewhere that pays better, you know, or do something like, for instance, Amazon is real big around here, job opportunity wise and everything. And they're like, you know, well, you know, you're making $17 an hour as a, you know, assistant manager, assistant GM, and this and that. You could be making $27 an hour at Amazon. I'm like, I could. But then I'd be working for Amazon. I don't want to work for Amazon.
You know, some of those guys, I mean,
on moral grounds alone, I don't want to.
Well, I mean, I'm thinking on just freaking burnout.
Oh yeah,
Amazon is a meat grinder. It goes through people.
Not enough to hire me.
I lasted a year, and I mean, that grind is intense.
I've figured out about myself that I no longer have the desire to put like hard passion, time, and effort, and blood, sweat, and tears into a thing that isn't mine anymore. So, you know, with the current day job, I was passionate, man. I was, you know, I want to be GM. I want to run stores, maybe even climb up the ladder a little bit. You know, get into that, you know, district manager, DO type, you know, or to be a field trainer. You know, travel around and teach other people why I love this job so much. And don't get me wrong, I still enjoy the job, but now it's just a job. Now it's what pays the bills. I'm still gonna work as hard as I normally do, but I'm no longer blinded by the ideals of trying to climb the corporate ladder and all that. We have built something here, and I want to see how far I can take this. Mm-hmm. This is what's going to get the blood, sweat, and tears from me anymore. So,
I'm going to do this until Domino's get an idea of DoorDash is probably the way to go.
The way to go, yeah. Way of the future.
They're going to do like freaking Pizza Hut or Subway or anything else. Anybody else who's delivering now, they're using DoorDash exclusively. I mean, hell, so I'm like, wow. It's going to happen eventually.
Yeah, I mean, why would a company pay to have delivery drivers whenever there's a third party outsourced? Mm-hmm. I mean, other than the fact that they'd have to pay for that service, because they do have to pay.
They got to pay them, yeah. And from what I'm hearing, you know, DoorDash is taking it.
DoorDash is double dipping, man.
Yeah, and the prices change when you do it that way too. So
you know, you're paying DoorDash prices whenever you order something off us. You're paying DoorDash the extra fee of ordering through them, and then the companies that are getting things ordered through them are paying DoorDash to have them hosted on DoorDash. So yeah, DoorDash is getting it from both ends. They're just walking through, hands out, and getting slap cash in hand every order. You know,
straight up mafia style, boy.
It's
straight up
unscrupulous.
Hey, but like I said,
but people are doing it.
Yeah,
hey, people are using it.
I should have invested when it first came open line. Should have did it when we make a little few more pennies. But I'm thinking the job is probably going to go that route because everybody else has gone that route.
I was like trying to say like, oh man, and when Netflix showed up, I should have jumped in on that one. You know, it's like who's gonna, you know, order movies in the mail, or you just go down to Blockbuster, you know, grab some snacks and stuff while you're down there.
I got tired of them late fees.
No.
That's what made me stop doing Blockbuster. That and this other place that used to be like Blockbuster was called Hollywood Video.
Yeah.
They were doing the same thing, but man, I got hit one time. My kid forgot to bring a movie to me one time, and she had that movie for a month and a half. It was the late fees were like $100 and something.
God damn.
Now, did you ask for them to waive the late fees?
No, they waived like 2 weeks on it, so it went down to like $40 something or something like that.
That's not nothing.
But that was like going through 2 managers and then to the owner of the franchise.
Yeah.
It was like, I'm not leaving until this.
I'm here every goddamn week.
You know how much money I spend in this chicken? You better get somebody. I was that freaking customer. It's like, look, dude, I'm not paying $150 for this.
Right.
Okay, not for a movie that I didn't even watch.
Let me speak to your manager.
Yeah, and I wasn't like an asshole, but I was like, look, dude, we need to talk to somebody. I know it's not you, and I know you're not the one who makes the shots. So just put me in that guy's face. And then they called the guy. He was at home, and he goes, I understand that there's a problem. I said, look, man, look, 50%. Cut off some of this. This is insane. There's no way I would purposely keep a movie for a month and a half. And so I heard him clickety-clacking. He goes, how about we cut off 2 weeks? And I was like, how much does that come? A little over $40. Done. We can do that, man. And I apologize. I didn't mean to be a jerk. And he goes, no. That was it. And then I stopped ordering from that shit. I just stopped. We're not doing this. And then I don't know, a while ago, after that, then Redbox or something like that came out, and I was like, "Oh shit, this is easy. We can do this."
Yeah, Redbox. What was that? Firefly, where you get your games?
GameFly.
Yeah, GameFly. Yeah.
And then they said you can start ordering that stuff, and there's no late fees. Keep it as long as you want. And man, I was in heaven. And next thing I know, Blockbuster was going through a clearance sale, where you can buy these movies for $3, and so I bought like a whole bunch of movies for $3.
Yeah,
still in the original Blockbuster box.
The Redbox is a go-to when the internet goes out, and they're like, yeah, the maintenance probably won't be up for like 2-3 days. I'm like, oh, it's a Redbox. It sounds like we're going to Redbox and ordering a couple movies.
Yeah,
is there still Redboxes out there?
No.
Yeah.
Where?
Well, Kroger's.
There's no Redbox at Kroger's. It's gone. They're all gone.
This was also like 4 years ago.
Yeah, they're gone, dude.
Yeah, once everybody stopped going outside for some reason, some weird reason, everybody just stayed indoors.
It caught me totally off guard when I went to the nearest one to my house, and it was gone. It was just a dark stain across on the back of the store, like it was like shot by a Dalek.
It's the ashes left.
Yeah, just the ashes left on the wall.
It's like that's
exterminate.
the nuclear where they have like this.
The nuclear shadows.
Yeah, like a nuclear shadow.
Exterminate.
Exterminate.
God, he put you in that poor show. That show was craptacular now. Oh my God.
I'm sure there were some redeeming episodes. Like even with my favorite Doctors, I still had some complaints of certain episodes that were just not up to snuff.
Yeah, there's some of my favorite
Doctor Who?
Yeah. I mean, look, I started watching Doctor Who in the 70s. See, that's how old that show is. The Doctor Who I grew up on, this was a fat old man running around. It was in black and white.
See, I tried going back and watching. Now they're missing a lot of those episodes because there was some like warehouse fire or something. Yeah. So a lot of the original episodes are just gone.
Wow.
But so I tried going back and watching what they have left, and
it's hard, right?
It's not. It's like that. It's how old school TV was, where it's like each episode, maybe 2 episodes tops would be its own secular insulated arc and everything, start to finish, and it would just wrap up nice and clean there. I like the long story format, arc spanning over the whole season.
Yeah, my pap, that was one of his favorite shows to watch is Doctor Who, and he got kind of turned off when that woman came in. He was like, the woman doctor. He's like, I'm not a.
A lot of people.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not a fan of it.
Well, there was a lot of politically correct things that were trying to be done with at that point in time, and so it was. I would really say it really started. I mean, it started going downhill pretty early on, anyways. But I'd say Peter Capaldi was probably the turning point for me. Don't get me wrong. I thought he did a fantastic job. I mean, he's a great actor and everything.
Yeah.
And I love the callback reference because he was the one father guy in the one Roman episode or Pompeii episode.
The Pompeii episode.
And it said something about like you start cycling back through old familiar faces and everything, and that was why he looked like him. But it was just the same actor. But I mean, he was fucking hilarious. I'm not gonna lie, man.
Look, see,
was he Scottish?
He's Scottish.
That Scottish accent coming through hard and sometimes and everything. Oh, man.
And they didn't try to hide it. They didn't try to give it away. Just let him be himself. But look, I think that was probably my end point right there.
It's about to be a Doctor Who episode, isn't it?
Yeah.
We haven't done one of those yet.
That's about it. I mean, of course, David Tennant, that dude, man. Yeah, David Tennant was like
10.
Yeah,
they had to bring him back,
and they shouldn't have done it.
Save this.
And they shouldn't have done that. No, because they gutted him as a character when they brought him back.
Yeah. I haven't seen what happened.
Don't do it. If you still want to love it, don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. So it's like seeing your old girlfriend, 20 years later after she's had 3 kids and never gone to the gym.
All cracked out and
fat and worn out. Drinking gallons of Diet Coke.
I used to like this.
I was in that. Oh my God. And now I don't want to look her in the face. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, well, you brought up ex-girlfriend, so you gotta do the thing.
No, I'm not gonna do this.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Well, since we're on that, I'm going to talk about...
No, don't you...
No.
It's going to be our new call to action because we don't bring up Star Wars anymore like we used to. Like, comment, subscribe.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Well, it's good to lay off a little bit. It'll come back.
Oh, yeah, it will.
We're giving it a cool down. It was red hot there. You know what I mean? We melted that barrel. We're just letting it cool down a little bit.
So now we have the new thing that keeps propping up in the last couple episodes. So we gotta...
Yeah, we're cycling through some shit. Yeah.
We need to not turn into the, what was it, the He-Man Woodman Haters Club with Little Rascals.
No. Look, Jesus Christ, dude, man. I have too many ex-girlfriends. There's just no way. There's just no way.
There's no way to not bring them up?
I mean, there's ways of not bringing them up, but it's just kind of like once you start bringing them up, it's just kind of hard to stop. It's kind of hard to stop.
Was that Pringles? Once you pop, you can't stop?
Yeah. Once you had one, it's still more for fun, And thank God it hasn't come and bitten me in the ass. Oh God, dude.
Who's your favorite villain from Doctor Who?
The Dalek.
Daleks?
The Dalek, because those cats don't stop.
Mm.
And they ruined it for me when they actually revealed what they really were and
what they look like inside.
Yeah, that kind of ruined it for me.
Really?
A little bit.
I thought it was.
It was an excellent reveal.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. I liked it because it really accentuated. They were purified down to just what they needed to be, and it was basically just a bundle of neurons that was controlling the armor and weapons. They were pure filtered DNA, and then seeing what they did to what's his name, the guy who created the Daleks.
I don't remember.
It's going to come to me while I'm looking it up, but he was
fact check.
He was all old and he looked like part Dalek, but he was.
I can't remember his name though. It has been a while since I've actually watched the show.
Davros,
there it is.
Yeah, Davros.
Definitely getting old.
He started showing up in the later episodes and everything, and yeah, you just had this.
Nah, they were my favorite. I didn't like the Iron Man. I didn't like them guys.
Cybermen.
Yeah, the Cybermen. I didn't like those dudes.
I didn't like how. It was interesting in that they had the two different origin stories with them, because you had the ones from the original timeline, and then you had the ones from the alternate history timeline, and then they bled over and kind of took control. But and when they fought, when they finally got a chance to square up, Cybermen versus Daleks, that was great.
Now that was a good fight.
It's like, you would defeat all the Cybermen with 3 Daleks. We would defeat all the Cybermen with 1 Dalek.
It's one thing, man. And it's what it's like.
That shit talking back and forth took so fucking long because of the staccato pacing of how they talked. Oh, it was great.
So there's many things were like.
Is that the robots?
Yes. Cybermen were the robots. The Dalek was those little like pyramid things. Well, they weren't really pyramids.
With little arms that stick out like that. Okay.
They look like a really retrofitted
toilet plunger for one arm, and a gun for the other arm. Those are the Daleks.
Okay,
and then the Cybermen were the one. They were technically the Cybermen were people. They were people that were turned into. They would have like a chip implanted in their brain to inhibit their emotions and their feelings and their pain inhibitors and all that. And then they would get exoskeletons put in, and like most of their
cyborg.
Yeah, because like most of the like extremities, arms, legs, extra organs, and everything were processed and cut out and replaced with cybernetics. But like the torso, the head, the brain, and everything else was all left alone. But yeah, there were some fucked up parts where it was like they would remove the inhibitor chips and stuff, and so all of that pain that they had caused and felt, all the emotions come rushing back, and they basically like go through shock and system shut down and die from the pain and the backlash.
Yeah, because they'd actually remember killing so many people and being torn apart.
Yeah, torn apart and turned into a Cyberman. That was a traumatizing process in and of itself. They got people in like assembly lines, and you just see them go behind a curtain, and all of a sudden these like blade arms start coming out, buzzsaws and everything, and you just hear them screaming, and then it stops, and then it just printed out Cybermen and comes out the other side.
There's so many different episodes. Like,
yeah, if you sit down and binge watch through it, man, like it kills some time for you for sure.
Yeah, and
some of it is damn good storytelling.
Yeah, some of it you'd be like, whoa. Like they go to this. I remember that one episode where they went to the very end of Earth's existence and they were going to watch it explode.
That was second episode of Eccleston, the Ninth Doctor.
Yeah, and I was like, holy crap,
Yeah, the sun was going, Red Giant was going to burn up Earth, and they were just going to
sit there and watch.
Yeah, because they had actually been keeping it from doing that for a long time, and they're like, well, it's finally time. We're going to stop spending the resources on keeping this. We're just going to let it naturally, because by that point, humanity had already spread out amongst the stars. And
then they had this one.
So they had a watch party, basically, at a space station to watch Earth get burnt up, watch its final moments.
Then you had this one entity. She was the oldest living human.
Yeah, she was the last pure human.
And she basically was just straight piece of skin.
Yeah, it was her face stretched across a frame.
This life membrane was keeping her alive.
Moisturize me.
Yeah.
And she constantly sprayed down with spray bottle to fucking keep her skin.
God, dude. Then at the end of the episode, he went back in time and saw her when she was still a regular human. And he goes, wow, you're beautiful. And she was all shocked. Thank you. And then,
that was the second episode she came back.
Yeah, she came back.
Because she had survived that whole ordeal or incident or whatever. I forget. I don't even remember what the plot line was for that second episode. When she came back,
I know is it was so. I had to come back and watch it because I was like, dude, I got to see where it goes after this. That show had me hooked.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's when I got on my watching everything pure British. Because it was that, and there was this other show called Being Human.
Yeah, that was a really good one.
The werewolf, the vampire, and the ghost,
right,
or something like that.
Yeah, that was a good one too, man. That was.
I've seen bits and pieces of that. Yeah, and
then the British or the American version, because there was both.
The American version was big. Yeah, Americans does that a couple of times.
Yeah,
now.
Like The Office.
They'll make an offset.
House of Cards.
Yeah, they'll make an offset of something British. Yeah, House of Cards was actually pretty good until people found out that. Wow, Kevin Spacey was a monster.
I really never watched Doctor Who. I'm know bits and pieces from seeing it when my pap watched it and him talking about it. But I've never properly sat down, turned it on.
I would recommend it.
Early season. Start as early as you can stand it. You probably won't be able to stand the 1960s and the 1970s version.
Where I started, and I recommend starting for you since you're a modern audience. Started, 2005 version.
Yep.
Is it kind of like the older ones? Is it kind of like Star Trek-ish? Like
worse?
Yeah, it's
worse.
really campy, really low budget.
I was like, I could do Star Trek. Be like, Kirk, the very beginning.
I mean, you can try and go back and
There's
watch
people
it.
Who can't do Kirk.
See, I don't mind that. I could watch that all day.
I cracked up because a friend of mine, because he asked me, he goes, "Which Star Trek should I start?" And I'm like, "Well, look, if you want to be an original, you got to start with the 1960s version.
Yeah, the original series.
It's only three seasons long." And then like he was watching it, and he watched the pilot, and then he watched the second episode. He goes, "Hey, dude, that's a different dude." I'm like, "Yeah, the pilot is a different captain. I know they
the first pilot episode didn't capture audience.
They didn't take, and so they redid it. So technically, the second episode is the pilot." And he goes, "Oh, dude, man, I thought you were messing with me." No, no, it's and I had forgotten about that. I'm like, "Oh yeah, that dude is not the original."
Yeah, that was Chris Pike.
Yeah.
It's
not
Pike.
Pike.
It was Pike.
Yeah.
Pike was the name of the captain.
Yeah.
I can't remember his first name, but Chris Pine was the one who did this.
So he does a reboot, yeah.
The Star Trek, what was it? It was on Paramount. New Horizons? What the hell was that called? Who is that? What time of place does that take? Is that Christopher Pike that's the captain on there?
Right, I heard that new series was so fucking fugazi. I saw something about there was a character that was supposed to be a hybrid of two races, but you find out that like one of the races is all male clones, and then the other one is like a almost cybernetic race or some shit like that.
What the fuck?
Or synthetic race. So like they couldn't have a hybrid offspring.
That's what I was trying to figure out, because I was like, okay, and I like the few episodes I see. I think I see like 5 episodes of it.
I never watched New Horizons.
And then I was watching it came off.
I watched like maybe 5 episodes of Discovery.
Maybe that's the one I'm talking about.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, I watched... I messed around and watched all the seasons of Picard.
Is that the one with the horse? The beginning episode has like horses, and he's like on a ranch. And then all of a sudden, Starship comes, or a little like land, what is that? A little transport comes down and is like, "Hey, we need you."
I don't know. That
oh fuck!
Yeah, you gotta have to look that one up, because there's been so many.
It's a new one though. It was just before Picard.
Dude,
I think it was Discovery. I think
it's got to be Discovery, because I've been so freaking messed up with those kind of shows.
Yeah, but I was trying to figure out where timeline it took place, and I couldn't get it.
And Discovery is so it's so freaking bad. I didn't even make it through the first season. And now they got this Starfleet Academy. They got the first 2 episodes out. So I haven't even bothered to watch.
So yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. So the one I heard about was Laura Thok, half Klingon, half Jem'Hadar.
That's Starfleet Academy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's just Just looking at the trailer, I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna watch that. Jem'Hadar, a female Jem'Hadar. Give me a break.
Hybrid with Klingon.
Dude, and then I saw the Klingon. He's got a red ribbon in his freaking hair. I'm like, are you kidding me?
And don't get me wrong, we've talked about before how Star Trek is notorious for pushing the boundary of what
who is that audience for?
That's the real thing, right? Like, who is your core audience? Who are the nerds that are watching Star Trek?
Okay, and
it's not the people that are pushing for DEI hires and fucking.
Okay. Also, when you watch the first trailer, I mean, being sympathetic to the female species as I am. Why do they make all these bitches fat? They really don't want you to be like really attracted to these women. Because I'm like, in one scene, there's 3 fat women. And I'm like,
a post-scarcity, health-conscious society.
Yeah, this is like the 25th, 26th century. Shouldn't we have conquered
obesity? Obesity?
Yeah, fat people. And then they had what I didn't realize the first time I watched it, but the second time I watched it, there's a one black chick on there. She's a hologram, and she's fat. They got a fat hologram?
Apparently the sickness for the thickness survives into the...
I was like, oh my God.
man.
Survives into the future.
And then, like, okay, the captain. She doesn't sit in the captain's chair like a captain. She's like curled up like a kitten on the chair, and her hair is never brushed. I was like, it looks like she climbed out of bed and got into the captain's chair. And I'm like, it's not my imagination. That bitch's hair is not brushed, right?
Fucking girl boss, girl rotting the captain's chair.
Yeah, and there's a lot of women, and they're all fat. But they really don't want guys to watch this shit.
I don't know. It sounds like a good show. I like fat bitches.
As you sit there with your hair unbrushed and
fat
headphones all fucking...
fat as could be. Yeah.
So you probably would like Starfleet Academy. There's a lot of fat women on there. And look, I'm sitting there going, it's not me, right? I'm looking at my friend, she's watching it with me. I'm like, it's just not me. It's a lot of fat women on there. She's like, yeah, they are kind of chunky. I'm like, not chunky, fucking fat. Like, these chicks should be, I mean, you gotta walk everywhere on this damn ship. I mean,
you just teleporting around in the ship, you know?
Someone's using that teleporter a little much.
Using that,
what is that, hitting up the replicator a little bit too much? Yeah.
High calorie diets on this motherfucker.
it's that scene from the Orville where it's like 500 cigarettes, but it's 500 Big Macs.
Yeah, he's like, I like this. This is kind of nice.
It can't be like Mortis and just eat everything.
That bit with the cigarettes, like where he takes that first hit. It's like,
I've seen that.
It's like I've been standing my entire life and have only just now sat down.
So Starfleet Academy. I haven't watched a single episode yet, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go thumbs down. But I gotta watch it just to
properly back up the claim.
Yeah, I can't just be like, what do you call it? I forget what they call it when you just like review bomb. I can't just review bomb. I gotta actually watch it and go, okay, yeah, I was right. This shit's fugazi.
It's like what I've been saying about the Halo series. It's like, especially now that it's on Netflix. I gotta check it out just because I know I'm gonna hate it. I know I'm gonna despise it, but I have to watch it just to, it's like saying you don't like a food that you never tried before and refusing to try it, until you've actually tried it,
But it's kind of like, okay, if you ever read the books, if you ever played the video games, watching the series, you're gonna get up. You're gonna stand up and go, "What the fart?" You're gonna stand up and go.
Well, and I get that they made the series for a different audience. It was not.
And they didn't like it. And they didn't like it.
Yeah. So like what?
So I'm asking, just watching the trailer of Starfleet Academy, I'm like, who are they making this for? Who?
There was this webcomic that I saw forever ago that was like it was like the comic book writers and video game producers and shit like that, and you had all these people that were screaming like, you need more inclusion in these media and everything, and they're like, okay, yeah, here's a new game full of gay and transgender people and this and that. Are you gonna watch it now? And they're like, no, we don't like that kind of stuff, and then they just fuck off. It's like, yeah, why would you alienate your actual core audience, the people that make you money and watch your shit? Why would you alienate them for people that don't consume your media?
Yeah. And they're still gonna do it. Next thing we're gonna.
I don't know. There's been a lot of backlash, and people are starting to de-wokeify, essentially.
Look. All we're gonna need on Starfleet Academy is a black transgender in a wheelchair with only one arm.
But just that one character.
Just that one character.
And the rest of them can all be whatever the fuck they want.
Just fat.
I don't know. In my head, I don't know why, I just got the image of like his phasers are built into the wheelchair. So he presses a button and it
They're going to have an on-ship battle. He's going to be shifting left and right.
Oh, what the fuck's that off of?
Gunning motherfuckers down in the hallway.
What is that, Wild Wild West, where he's in that little thing and he can hit that button and the little fucking thing goes... It's gonna be like that, but a face. That's a fucking good movie.
That was a good popcorn movie.
Oh, fuck, that was.
Stupid as hell, but it was a good popcorn movie.
Yeah, it was a good movie. I watched that when I was little. I watched that, and that was one of my favorites.
Was that a hit movie or was that a freaking bomb?
I don't know if it's a hit, but I think it was
in
well
the early 2000s. So I mean,
definitely well received.
Yeah, but even he missed a few times.
But 1999 movie.
Honestly, I can't really remember what movies he actually missed on.
He's up there in the silo with that woman in the water tank.
Because the MIB movies pretty much made him. Even that weak last one.
They've been getting sucky. Haven't they?
The MIB 4. I didn't even watch International because I was like Chris Hemsworth.
The one where they time traveled. I was like,
third one.
I was like, is that the one where they go?
That's the third one.
That's the third one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the third one.
I was like, it's okay, but I was like, I don't know. It's like I'm like leaving something out. Yeah. Something to be.
Could be.
Didn't hit the spot.
Needs a little paprika, you know.
Yeah.
Needs more Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah.
It definitely need more Tommy Lee Jones.
Budget was 170 million. Box office was 222.1 million. So it wasn't a flop. It made money. It just didn't make that much.
So like as I thought, it was.
No, it did. It made a little over budget, but
how much again?
Budget was 170. Box office was 222.
No, didn't make it back.
What are you talking about? 222 is bigger than 170.
Yes. Okay. This is from Sally. This is for you, baby girl. She was a filmmaker student, and what she learned in production was if you pay $80 million to make a movie, you got to make at least double, and that's just to cover the production costs, marketing, and all the other shit. You got to add at least another half to that. So if you pay $80 to make it, you got to make at least $2 something in order to pay for everything and get what they consider profit. So if you paid $170, you'd have to clear at least $340.
Okay, yeah, it does say the 222 against a production budget of 170 million, making it commercially unsuccessful.
Yeah, Sally, this is for you, baby.
So technically, it's unsuccessful.
It was a flop.
It was. I thought it was good. Yeah, technically.
It's very middling as far as
tech here, because I can say technically to tech.
Yeah.
Yeah, Metacritic gave it a 40 out of 100.
Yeah, see?
Cinema Score C+ on an A+ to F scale. Roger Ebert gave it a 1 out of 4 stars.
Fuck Ebert.
Yeah, right, what the fuck?
That dude, man, I've disagreed with so many of the movies that he actually, and then some of the movies that he go, this is a classic, you need to watch, and I'm like, what, this shit is Fugazi water?
Bloodbath McGrath.
Wolfman Cop, really, dude? No, he never did that. I'm just saying, that was a movie I liked. It was stupid as hell. That was purely.
I liked his character in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wild Wild West later ranked in the listed bottom 20 of the Stinkers 100 Years, 100 Stinkers list, which noted the 100 worst films of the 20th century.
What?
It was not a good movie.
At number 2.
Like I said, it wasn't a good movie, man. It was fun. It was entertaining, but it wasn't good.
I'm gonna say it was a good movie, but I'm not gonna say like wow, that was an amazing movie. It was a good movie though.
Okay, and this is gonna make black people mad. So you ready?
Uh-oh.
Black Panther. Black Panther was entertaining, not good.
Yes,
not good.
Never seen it, so I can't comment.
Racist. Wow. Oh my God. I never saw Black Panther.
No, but I watched all the Blade movies, so.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I can give you that.
There we go. I can give
you that one. Because heck, both of the Black Panther movies were. The first one was okay. It was good, or I should say, entertaining. The second one, they should have just got another dude to play freaking T'Challa. They should have got another dude to play it. Instead, they went all remiss. Chadwick Boseman, rest in peace, great actor. They should have just got another actor.
He was young as heck too, wasn't he?
Yeah, cancer got him.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
And the dude did those roles like a G, and he was dying. He was dying, and he still did those.
Poured his heart into it.
Yeah, jeez, man. The best go early.
The good die young.
Yeah,
assholes live forever.
Yeah, that is serious. The evil ones tend to, pull it off, man, and prolong their life. Yeah, but those two movies, yeah. But they should have got another actor. The protagonist they had for the second movie, she was there. She could pull it off. She can pull it off. Shit, what's another one, man? It's just
Well, we just shit talking the industry again. Is that what we're doing?
Shit. I mean, we're already there.
Right. Did you guys hear about what they're doing with Fable, the video game?
I think
I saw the thumbnail and I just kept going.
So
please don't fuck this up.
Well, so what I'm hearing now is that we basically Sonicked them. We saw the early trailers, the teaser trailers for it and everything, and everyone was like, "Oh, she looks awful."
Now, see, I didn't hear about this. I heard that they were coming out with a new Fable game. Or is it production?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about a movie.
But the trailer for the game came out forever ago, and everyone's like, "Oh, well, this protagonist looks fucking ugly, and I don't want this. This isn't Fable." And then now they're talking about it. They've completely overhauled it. And I haven't seen the new images or anything yet, but
they Sonicked it. I remember. Yeah.
They Sonicked it. At least they didn't kill it like they killed Batwoman, or killed it like they killed the new Blade movie. That movie's never going to see the light of day.
Coming out with something that's a subpar, yeah, that's one thing. But then going all right, we hear you guys, we fixed it up a little bit. What do you think? Instead of going fuck you, we canceled it. You know what I mean? Cut it. It's gone. I think it's a little bit more respectable. Did I say that right?
Yeah, respectable.
Sure.
That you went back in and listened to the people, listen to the critics, listen to your audience.
Well, Hollywood hasn't done that in a while.
Oh yeah, and listened to it and was like, okay, guys.
No, I will point out that there does need to be a within reason.
Yeah,
line
of course,
and clause there.
Of course.
Because what was the creators of Pokemon? They're like, if we listened to everything that the critics and the people and the fans wanted in a Pokemon game, it would be an unplayable mess, and it'd be awful.
Listen, but also have some liberty to do that, unless you want, like you said, a black, fat, arm cut off, wheelchaired, phaser wielding, you know what I mean? Woman.
With one eye.
With one eye, yeah, one eye.
And no teeth.
You'll never convince me of a character in the Star Trek universe being in a wheelchair whenever there's so many ways they can just replace.
Yeah, that is true, yeah.
They can just replace limbs. They can give them bodies that function and work. They figure all that shit out.
Sometimes they're just not thinking this thing through.
Yeah.
They're just not thinking.
They're not sticking to the logic of the world they've built.
We're pinned down. We lost David. Oh my God! And then he comes flying in. That'd be pretty bad. Does a spin.
There was a movie like that where not the not the disabled guy flying in, but where they had this drone that was killing all of mankind. I can't remember the name of the movie. Had Tom Cruise in it.
Oh shit!
Had Tom Cruise in it.
Right, I think I should.
Oblivion. Okay, yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. I was like, I think I should know this.
Yeah, they had this drone, and basically it was just drones killing off humans. And there's this one time when the drone found out where there was a cluster of human beings. They flew down into that cave, and they're shooting back at it. And wherever that thing shot, people died. And it went through there and was just killing people left and right. I said, that's a progression of what it is when you get an AI with a focus and a purpose. And it took Terminator to a whole new level.
Yeah.
And it just killed everybody. And apparently Tom Cruise was the only human it would not kill. So, because he was kidnapped by the AI, and they basically killed him, turned him into a clone, and just made thousands of versions of him and seeded them on the planet Earth. So the drones, when they were killing off all the other humans, it was not killing him. Gotcha. Any clone that had his face survived. And that's how they won. Basically, they recruited
one of the unkillable.
One of the other clones that started remembering his original self.
I definitely was young at that time, not too young, but I was definitely younger. That was one of the movies, in my opinion, back then that you really had to watch once and then be like, what the fuck's going on? And then watch one more time and be like, oh, okay, I understand what's going on.
Yeah, when I was watching that movie, I was like, this is actually kind of interesting. It's messed up. It's messed up because his wife actually survived. So when she sees him, she thinks it's him, and he realizes he's a clone. but he still loves her like he was the original.
Yeah.
He dies, and then another clone finds her. It's messed up.
Yeah,
it's kind of a happy ending, but it's like she's gonna get plenty of dick.
It feels like the end of Tennant's run on Doctor Who. You know.
Oh yeah. Oh god, they really messed that up.
Yeah, it's very very similarly like so. There's the love interest / companion Rose Taylor. Rose Tyler.
Oh yeah, Rose.
She's fallen in love with the Doctor since the first Doctor, but then he dies, and and 10 comes in as David Tennant, and he gets like 4 seasons, right? And she's had to relearn to fall in love with this new version of him because it's new personality and new look and everything else, and so then they get really close. And by this point, Rose has become something of a badass, and is like keeping up with him as the Doctor and everything. Well, it gets to a point where the only way that she's able to survive is if she goes off to another timeline, into another dimension, a parallel dimension. And there was some shenanigans that happened in the very first season with Tennant where after he had just gotten done regenerating, he gets into a sword fight with this alien, and he gets his hand hacked off. Well, the hand falls to Earth. We'll come to find out that the Torchwood Institute finds the hand and fucking build a capsule for it and preserves it and everything. Well, so whenever circumstances happen in the later season where he's dying, he gets a quick burst shot of energy of the regenerative juices that are still in that hand and help preserve him for a little bit longer. Well, it also ends up creating some kind of event that happens occasionally with Time Lords whenever they have parts that are hacked off of them and that survive, and it creates basically a clone of him. So now but it mixed with human DNA. It mixed with Donna, who was another companion that came in, and so there ends up being a version of him that is human, more human than Time Lord at least. So he has one lifetime, he gets no regenerations, and he'll age normally. And she snatched him up. So she snatches him up to take with her to the other dimension. So he doesn't have all of the same memories and everything, and not all of the same personality aspects, and he's not technically a Time Lord anymore. But he looks like him. But it looks like him, and it acts like him, and it's so she gets her doctor.
She's like, this is all right. Yeah.
Well, she wasn't happy with it entirely, but it was the best that they could do. Yeah. It was the happiest ending they could achieve, and still leave that little bit of heartbreak.
Because he leaves his companions. Mm-hmm. See, that's the thing.
Yeah, so he always leaves.
He always leaves. Sometimes he leaves and his companion is a little broken. God. Well, was it Rose or Donna that actually absorbed some of his
Donna.
It was Donna who absorbed all of his powers.
Oh, that was heartbreaking and tragic too,
and
man.
She became so freaking OP.
She became the Dr. Donna. She had like a little bit of Time Lord DNA mixed into her. God, and she was smart and she was absolutely fucking brilliant. She figured out how to fly the TARDIS in like a matter of seconds, and she was doing all this shit, but then they started realizing that she's still too human, and it started burning her brain out. So they had to they had to erase her they had to erase her memory of anything to do with the Doctor. And so she had just spent the last couple of years like building up to be the perfect companion for the Doctor and everything, and now all of a sudden, she's got to forget all of that, everything that made her life better, because before that she was just a temp worker working like security secretary gigs, and
she was a wreck.
Yeah, she was forgetting things all the time, always missing out on everything, or even her own family, her own parents, or her mom and her grandfather. Were just like, she's just
getting really pissed off at her
all the time because she was just such a fuck up all the time. And the Doctor coming around made her better, and then she had to go back to how she was before all of that.
She even created the dude for Torchwood, didn't she? Because he was dying, and then she reached down to him and said,
that was Rose.
That was Rose that did that?
Yeah.
Said, live. Yeah. And then that motherfucker could never die no matter what you did to him.
Oh my God. Yeah, so Rose gets a little influx of the what is it, the core of the TARDIS, the time stream energy or whatever, and she gets some of that soaked up into her.
and she uses it to defeat the Daleks, because the Daleks had come back. They were defeated before. There was a little hidden faction or cache of them that had hid out in dark space, and they show back up, and they're going to wipe out humanity. And she gets hold of this time stream energy, and she's just like, I will unwrite you across all of existence. And she just waves her hand, and they all just dematerialize. An entire army of the most unkillable fucking things in the known universe. And yeah, and meanwhile, Jack Harkness, one of the best fucking characters in that series, man. I love him so much. But he gets shot by the Daleks, and he's dying. And she's like, live, and creates and makes him a permanent fixed point in time. And so he becomes unkillable. He becomes immortal. Even if he's completely erased from existence by being completely vaporized, he will just come back. And he ends up living for like 100 million years or some shit. He becomes the face of Bo.
The last little clip I seen of that, which was like a week ago, it was like one of them robot dudes, the Helix.
The Cybermen?
No.
The Daleks?
Daleks. It was a Daleks, but there was a woman inside of it. And he was trying to communicate.
That was like Claire.
Yeah, trying to communicate. And he said something that they wouldn't say usually. And he was like, hold on. And that woman was like, just fucking kill it. You know what I mean? And he was like, no.
This Dalek saying something that the Daleks don't know how to word for.
Yes, that's exactly what it was.
That was a cool episode.
Yeah, that was pretty dope. Then that version of Claire dies. And then he ends up meeting another copy of her in the medieval age. Or not medieval. She was like the Victorian England era. She was a house mistress. And then that one dies. And then he meets another one. It's the modern day one. It's like there's just like all these constant iterations of her because she's meant to meet the Doctor. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was a whole timeline thing with the was it the Matt Smith Doctor?
Yeah, the Matt Smith.
Is where it started, and then
see, that's what made the show so freaking spectacular. Because I mean, well, honestly, my favorite episode was the Pompeii episode. So I can't, because remember he's like, I can't disrupt the time scale no matter what. And she was like, just one.
Just save one family.
Just save one. And he went in there and he just snatched that one family, and they got on the TARDIS, and he's like, hey, look, you can't do anything.
Nothing important. Nothing that changes history.
Nothing out of the way. You just gonna live your lives and you gonna die. That's just the way it's gonna be. And it's like he did that for one. He's like, because she was like begging him.
That was Martha Jones who was with him on that one. Yeah,
I was like, man, that's rough. Because he's like, okay, which one?
See, for me, very similarly, and also with David Tennant, it was the Water on Mars episode, where he had to go through a similar thing with, he wanted to save one person, and he did, but she ended up committing suicide.
Suicide!
Was it sewer slide?
Yeah.
Unsubscribe.
Slide to the left.
But she had to do that because she was supposed to have died on Mars, and that was supposed to trigger events that caused her daughter to take up the mantle of leading the colonization efforts. And so the newspaper, it pulled a fucking Marty McFly Back to the Future moment where he was looking at the newspaper, and the newspaper article changed from she was following in her mother's footsteps and leading the colonization efforts to in spite of the cowardliness of her mother and the tragic events of what happened, she went on to try to recover her family name and do better and start the Mars colonies. So like time still went on, but he realized, the Doctor realized that like he this is why he can't fuck with fixed points in time. He is not a god. He is not a savior of. He has to follow rules. There are consequences.
Like I said, that show was they ruined that. They ruined that fucking show. It really. They just kept with the same program. The show would go on forever.
What's this?
Way off topic.
What? Oh, God, we got to talk about that next week.
What?
Apparently, there's a new Black Panther Party remnant is in Philadelphia.
A group calling itself Black Panther.
They've reemerged.
Has reemerged to fight ICE.
Was this the new iteration of Antifa?
No, Black Panther. The Black Panther Party.
Oh. We were talking about Black Panther the movie earlier, and that's what I was making the connection to. Okay.
Another off topic, Pompeii. That was a sad event. them people caught in that cryoplastic flow and all the different like positions in their end. I mean, there's a child holding a dog. There's a dude beating his meat. I don't know if he was beating his meat or maybe like trying to knock the lava off his meat. I don't know. I don't know.
Look, the way that sucker exploded and covered those people.
There's a lot of instantaneous.
It's a cryoplastic flow. It wasn't even. I forget what it's. I forget what it. What is it? The ash or something. Just how it works is it freezes you almost. It gets it like. I mean, I don't know. I'm just gonna shut up because
they had found a thing. There was a potter who still had wet clay, and something was rubbing up against the clay, and it captured the sound of the people screaming as they were dying in the wet clay that solidified so quickly that it preserved that engraving like a record on vinyl.
Crazy. I know there's like whole buildings. They can like they're slowly excavating whole buildings, and it's just like this room. Well, it'll be a library, and they'll slowly excavate it, and there's still books on the shelves and shit, and all the different.
Yeah, they were literally encased. It was great for them at the time before the freaking eruption was because the volcano was a source of heat, and it kept everything at a stable temperature. So that entire community was thriving. There were hundreds of thousands of these people. And so when they
plus that soil was crazy good.
Yeah, they could grow shit and stuff
year round.
So when the eruptions, they had micro eruptions that people would just shrug that off. It's kind of like when I'm in California, I'd shrug off a 5.8.
Yeah,
earthquakes just nothing.
That's a Wednesday.
Yeah, they built the buildings there for that. They built to handle it.
So when that sucker exploded and there was that massive explosion of ash. And the temperature change went from 80 degrees to sub, zero. Yeah, you guys, suffocated, frozen, and I'm talking about tons of that ash coming down at once. Yeah, you had to like maybe a second to realize you were dying before you died.
Yeah, and those on the outer edges that they were like running into the river and shit and trying to get away. And it had to just felt like the end of the world.
Oh my god! Well, they have the one, and I forget how they said they concluded that this is what happened, but there was a lot of like people that got off. A lot of wealthy people that had boats or whatnot, and there were people ferrying people. There was a warehouse where I forget what was in it, and there was a huge amount of bodies found at these docks, and they were trying to figure out like how and why are they down there. And they presumed that they went down there to find boats, but all the boats left, so they just cowered in this thing. And they can not DNA, but they somehow figure out how old this person is or how old, and you know what I mean, by looking or whatever it would be. And I mean, they're elderly, children, you know what I mean. I mean, there was so many different. I mean, it was, but yeah. They presume that they went down there to find boats.
I'm sure a lot of rich people got away.
Oh yeah.
You guys hear about Robert Landsberg? So, Robert Landsberg was an American photographer who died while photographing the 1980 eruption of Mount St. Helens.
Oh.
This motherfucker posted up, let me see if I got the story in here. In the weeks leading up to the eruption of Mount St. Helens, Landsberg visited the area many times in order to photographically document the changing volcano. On the morning of May 18th, 1980, he was within a few miles of the summit when the mountain erupted. Landsberg retreated to his car while taking photos of the rapidly approaching ash cloud. Before he was engulfed by the pyroclastic flow, he rewound the film back into its case, put his camera in his backpack, and then laid himself on top of the backpack to protect its contents. His body was found 17 days later, buried in the ash with his backpack underneath. The film was developed and has provided geologists, there we go. Geologists with the valuable documentation of the historic eruption.
That dude knew he was dying.
He knew he was dying and like preserved his work.
He knew,
and made sure that people could use what he was doing.
We got to think that, him dying for nothing, that's pretty much what it was. But him doing that, at least he was dying for something to, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Document this.
Okay. I don't know, man. I don't know. I was 10 when that shit happened. And they show like distance, like they had like photographers from a distance when they knew that the mountain was going to explode, was imminent, and they showed that sucker exploding. And I mean, it's it's insane
It's
to watch
awe-inspiring. Yeah,
yeah, it's insane to watch it. And it's like, even when it was like coming down the mountain and everybody was, it was like any other place. They had like logging colonies there, and they saw that coming, and people were looking up at it and going, "Is that what I'm seeing?" And even when it's coming down, you just thinking, "Man, that's just a cloud."
Yeah.
And then when you feel the shock force, when all that ash is pushing the air down,
you can imagine the heat. You start feeling the heat hotter and hotter and hotter, and then you'd be like, "Oh."
Well, some of the people, when they survived it, they were like, it was like the ash clouds were miles away,
and then suddenly right there,
and then seconds they were right on.
It's not even that. They said that something would just push them away. There's like, what?
The sonic.
It's like being here with the force. You know? Yeah. They got just thrown away, and then after people falling down, somebody, oh, we gotta go. and
it's a horrible thing, but the explosion in Yemen, is that what it was, where that ammunition dump accidentally exploded, and there was like a wedding going on, and there was multiple other people that took pictures accidentally. Yes. Well, yeah, well, that's what the press say. No, accidentally, quote unquote. But like, there's a dude on the boat, or the one in the building, where it shows a picture like going out there. They're like, man, there's a fire down there. Like, this is crazy. And when it explodes, you can see that it's such a huge explosion, the ripple of that, and it's so defined, and it's insane.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Miss me.
Yeah, that stuff, you look at it and it's awe-inspiring.
The deadly, or closest to a deadly environmental thing I can think of is wildfires up in Alaska. I was pretty close by. I mean, I watched it snow ash for a couple of days, and you could feel the heat off, because like literally the wildfire was so bad where I was at. It was the entire horizon line. You just see the red
glowing
up into the clouds, and then it looked like snow, but it was ash coming down for days, and it was just that was intense.
I've never finished it, but what I've watched is so good. It reminds me of that part on it. Man in the High Castle. That's another good.
I've heard good things about that movie. It's on my list.
I never finished it. Oh, dude,
good movie.
That's a good movie. Well,
far better than Better Watch.
there's the one part where what was it? He's sitting there and he comes up to the police officer, and it looks like a police officer, but he's got swastikas on him. He's American and stuff, and he's like, yeah, just coming on through here, going down there. He's like, all right, you be safe down there. And he's like, oh, snowing. That's crazy. I didn't think it was supposed to snow today. He's like, nah. That's the
ash from the crematorium.
That's the crematorium's down the way burning that's the whatchamacallit's down the way burning up people. You know what I mean? Yeah. Burning up the undesirables.
I mean, yeah. So we had like there's like a fire every year or every other year in California, and I remember I was helping my mom with her paper route, and part of the northern part of the county was still on fire, and my mom was like, well, we got to still deliver the paper. I'm like, Mom, they've evacuated that part of the town. And I was like, we're going to die from smoke inhalation. She was hell-bent on doing this paper route. And I was like, I can't let her go out there by herself. So I'm sitting out there with her. And I'm sitting there I got the freaking mask. I mean, I had like a freaking bandana around my face and stuff. And I'm like throwing water on it so I can breathe. So I was like, and my mom would put the damn bandana on. I was like, Mom, put this damn bandana on. I'll carry your little ass out of here. Because she was like only like 90 pounds. And I knew I could just, and I'm like, the Marine in me was going, I'm going to have to muscle my mom and get her because she will die out here. And she saw that look in my eyes. She's like, all right, I put on the damn mask. Like, fine, put on the damn mask. Let's throw these papers and get out of here. And for like 2.5 hours, we're throwing paper. And I mean,
imagine if you hadn't done that. I hadn't been there to do that.
It's like the whole, it looks like snow and it's so thick. And we're driving like at 15 miles an hour on a road. We should be going 45. And we're just driving. And I'm like, do we even know where we are? And she's throwing those papers. I'm like,
GPS says we're right.
There were no GPSs in 1991.
I was giving you that.
There's Road Atlas.
Usually I make fun of you for being old. I was trying to give you the benefit of the doubt there.
No. You knew where you were going because you knew where you were going.
Sorry, you pulled up like the Dead Sea Scroll.
That tree.
So ironically,
that tree would go right at that tree.
So there was actually a GPS system. It was an analog map scroller.
Yeah.
It would connect to your odometer, and so it would shift and turn the map as you were going through, and as it would track as the mileage. It would trace the
very
pretty
GPS.
cool.
Yeah, and then you would have to swap out the maps.
You know how big
to know where you're at.
You know how big that
boundary,
thing was? That
Yeah.
thing was huge.
Yeah, it was basically a road atlas that was connected to a treadmill that was connected to your fucking
Jesus.
crankshaft.
It was huge.
Or a drive train. But yeah, it was fucking ridiculous. But it was worked. It worked. It was no different than having somebody sitting there watching the fucking map and telling you turn by turn directions.
Remember, the phone used to be.
Well, I was watching them dudes, like I said.
Oh shit! I missed the 3. Crap. Sure, you
Restart it all again.
Yeah.
I had a quick anachronistic question for you guys. A quick little trivia test bit. Which do you think came first, matches or a lighter? Which is older?
I want to say matches, but you're going to tell me it's known as the lighter.
What do you think?
I don't know.
Lock in your answer. Pick one.
I say matches.
Lighter.
All right. Jolly wins. Lighter is older than matches.
I did not know.
I know there's some old
I know there
lighters.
was tons
I've
of
seen
matches.
some old
Both
lighters.
both my parents smoked, and I didn't see a lighter the whole time that they actually smoked.
There's one stick. I've seen one you unscrew it and it comes out like a stick, and you swipe it.
It's like a match strike, but it's a reusable.
It's a reusable lighter.
The flint is in the stick itself, and it
you,
strikes, and the wick is in the stick, and
and you do that, and then you just shove it back in that hole and screw it back on, and
Nah, my parents used matches. I mean, no, then they had those little big flares or whatever. We used to use those little plastic ones that you could see the liquid in it. Yeah, that was when I was older. But by that time, they were starting to quit. My dad first, and then my mom. And my mom was quitting by hiding in the bathroom at 2 a.m. and smoking, blowing the smoke out of the windows. it's like you come in, like you be going to the bathroom at 2 a.m. and the hallway looks like L.A. You think there's a fire, and it's just her in the bathroom smoking.
Oh, that reminds me of my pap. He smoked, and I always hated it. Which I smoke now, and I mean he'd be upset. And he smoked for the longest time, but he had OCD. And am I saying that right?
OCD, COPD.
COPD. There we go. Jesus. And I wanted him to stop. I said, Pap, please stop. And he said, I will. And I was like, alrighty. And he told me he quit. And I caught him one day. He used the bathroom, and I had to pee afterwards. And I went in there to pee, and you could smell the smoke. And I was like, you smoking? He was like, yeah. And I was like, can you please stop for me? Didn't touch a cigarette after that. To the day he died. Didn't touch a cigarette. I was like, I was about to say, I was a man. I was a man in a fucking half right there. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, but my dad, he quit cold turkey, man. Marlboro Red, 2 packs a day.
I did once. It sucked. It absolutely sucked. I had headaches. That was the worst headaches I've ever had.
He drank more after that. He was cranky as hell. My mom, those Moore Lights. She used to smoke. Well, she would she'd puff it once or twice, and then the rest of the time it would just be sticking in her fingers.
Just sit there.
Yeah, she'd just be
the longest piece of hash ever on it. Yeah.
And I remember having to go into the store and buy the cigarettes for him, and my mom would get mad at me because when she said she was quitting, she would still send me out to buy her cigarettes, and then I'd squeeze the box of cigarettes just a little too hard, so the cigarettes wouldn't be quite as smokable. She'd have only a couple of smokables. She used to get mad. She said, what's wrong with you? I was scared. There was a dog on the corner.
I got you.
I used to tell some incredible lies.
My parents would be so pissed.
She used to sit there and look at me like...
I know I'd be pissed. I get pissed at myself for I'd have a pack of cigarettes that would last just a little too long in the pocket, and it'd keep wearing down as there was less.
That or when you break one.
Well,
Don't
that's
that
what I mean,
piss
like,
you off? Oh, yeah, I did that.
I'd have like 2 or 3 cigarettes left in the pack, right? And it's just been in my pocket for too long, so the box got soft. And yeah, one of those 2 or 3 left would be like ripped right at the fucking.
You pull out like right there you have, and you're like, I gotta go do something real quick, and you're like, psh! I'm like, oh, god damn it.
Or you pull one out of a fresh pack and you go to close it real quick with one stuck and slid up a little bit, so you just snap it right in half.
God damn.
Nope, never experienced that.
Good.
Yeah,
Never
good.
experienced
Yeah,
it.
You'll
absolutely.
live longer than both of us.
Never, never, ever
I'm gonna
picked up
quit.
smoking.
I'm gonna quit. I want to do it before I get off probation, because then in my head I'm like, well, I didn't need to smoke weed to get off it. But before, that's all I did is smoke weed. But that's what I'm planning on, if worse comes to worse, is whenever I get off probation and whatnot, and, you know, have my card or whatnot. Still got my card, just can't smoke. Can buy it all day, just can't smoke. I just use that as a buffer, you know what I mean? And just, you know, every once in a while when I feel a little twinge, it's not even necessarily the smoking, which it does calm me down, so you think. It's what is that called? It's
The habit.
The habit of just having, you know, I want to say anal.
Get one of
That's
those.
not right.
Get one of those anatomically correct bypasses. It's just a clear vapor or whatever.
The fumes.
Fumes, yeah.
Oh,
You got
okay.
the fume.
If anybody wants to sponsor us out there.
Yeah. I mean, if you got one of those, I mean, I have a partner. He has one of those, and he sits there and
Fidgets with it.
fidget with it. I
Yeah,
mean,
'cause it's like,
keeps him from smoking.
Yeah.
Because
What is that,
it's the manual fixation and oral fixation, right?
Or that's what I was trying to say, yes.
And yeah, the fumes are built as like they fidget, they make clicking sounds and shit like that, and they're made to help with the manual fixation as well as the oral fixation.
Yeah.
And it's the
What is that? We used to talk about Red Redemption, and you said you haven't played it yet, but you see parts of it. I like the one part you meet the guy. There's cigarette cards in the cigarettes, and you can collect them in the game and whatnot. And you meet the guy, and he's like, you know, Arthur's like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? He's like, oh, you know what I mean? I'm collecting. You got any? And they're showing him and whatever. He's like, what do you get out of it? He's like, oh, the rush of collecting these cards. And as he picks up a cigarette and it hits it, he's like, all the life reassuring cigarettes and possibly can. Isn't that how he's like, life reassuring cigarettes?
yeah, 'cause, I mean, back in the day, man,
Oh yeah,
tobacco
it was
I mean, because pure tobacco leaf does have
was a health
medicinal
thing.
properties.
Yes.
It's supposed to be good for the gut biome. It's supposed to be good for the intestinal tract. It's supposed to be good for digestion.
Man, those guys smoke those things forever. Mm-hmm. You didn't see them dying. It's what
Just saying.
saying.
They start putting those chemicals in there.
Just saying. What else? Something new's been added.
Well, it's like the same thing with
saying.
eggs, man. They flip flop back and forth. Too many eggs are bad for you. Too
eggs are good.
for you.
Yeah, I know.
Too much sodium, too much cholesterol. Cholesterol doesn't actually matter that much. Sodium doesn't matter that much if you stay hydrated. You know, protein.
Yeah.
They'll never make up their mind because they keep people confused.
I must use the restroom. Scoot over. We are done.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and wrap it up there. This was a fun one too. Definitely, it was not one of the topics that we had pre-selected, but I love the
Spontaneity.
yeah.
I love the off the cuff ones, but a bit more sometimes.
I was a little bit more behaved this one too.
Yeah, for sure. Somehow, whenever Tech's in the room, man, you start getting a bit of an edge
He
to
gets
you.
me all antsy. He gets me all like riled up.
It's like you like to do with a dog.
He gets me all riled up. Yeah.
So you'd be like, what did you say?
But check us out on the socials, Nightwatch Podcast on Facebook. If you want to help support the channel, please donate on the coffee page, ko-fi.com/Nightwatch Podcast.
Please.
Like, comment, share, subscribe. Talk about us to your friends. Talk about us to your coworkers. Big Smoke needs to pass around those business cards, man. I've mentioned it to a couple of people. There's a cashier over at the local Dollar General that I'm like, hey man, you're always on closing shifts. Yeah, we happen to do a podcast. A bunch of closing guys sit around and talk bullshit all day.
I had 150. I've given them out already.
Damn. All right.
Yeah, man. I pass those suckers out like, hey, got a podcast. Give it a 2, man.
Check it out.
But yeah, and then
I had it for free, so I was like,
hand it all I can.
you get a card. You get a card.
It's like Assassin's Creed where they get the money and go. Crowd goes off.
Tossing the florins around.
Yeah.
All right, folks. That's gonna be it for this shift. We'll see you on the next one.
See ya.
Later.
All right, time to empty out the mop bucket, run the trash, and hit the lights. Go get off my time clock and be safe getting home.